जैसे आपने मुझे बोला था कि सिद्धांत को जो होता है मेंस फिजिक छोड़ के क्लासिक में स्विच करना चाहिए।
हाँ
तो
तो आजकल हर कोई अपना कैरियर पढ़ाई छोड़ के दे ट्राइंग टू डू दिस एंड इट्स लाइक नो इट्स नॉट। प्लीज डोंट डू दैट स्पेशली इफ यू आर यंग। अगर आप 20 साल 21 साल 22 साल के हो, एटलीस्ट अगर आप 18 के हो, गो फिनिश द एजुकेशन गो।
What long hair?
बस कट नहीं कर रहा, ऑटोमेटिकली बढ़ते
हो
जा
रहे
रहे हैं।
हैं प्रो शो
नहीं
के लिए।
मैं बोलता हूँ कि
प्रो शो
कट
के
नहीं
लिए
कर रहा, ऑटोमेटिकली बढ़ते जा रहे हैं। सेम चीज मसल्स के साथ होता तो बहुत अच्छा
See,
होता।
I'm gonna say this here on the live itself. Sidhant is one of the most successful bodybuilders. Careers. If you want to look up to someone, how to go from at the bottom to going for somebody who's smart, not just about his pro card, not just about his bodybuilding journey, but also how to build into a business. Because at the end of the day, your body will only be with you until 35, 40, maybe even 45. You can push it. What's going to stay after is what you've created during that bodybuilding career. And I think he's doing a really good job. And I don't mean it to say that he's doing a good job just for himself, but for everybody. जो लोग भी ये देख रहे हैं, you guys need to really see how he has done stuff, how he has been patient all these years. He has worked hard and slowly added one by one multiple revenue streams. That's how you make this a career. And I think that goes for Dilip and Raja as well. Like these, like especially Raja is pretty young, and I observe and I see this, and I know all these people who are watching this, they really need to learn this. क्योंकि सबको यही लगता है कि प्रो बन गए तो लाइफ सेट हो गई, या फिर आपके 100,000 या 200,000 या 500,000 फॉलोअर हो गए, आपकी लाइफ हो गई. Ask Sidhant or ask Dilip or ask Raja how hard they have worked to be able to sustain a life of bodybuilding.
थैंक यू सो मच। हम सब एक
Thank you,
दूसरे
bro.
से
I
सीख रहे हैं और
appreciate that.
बहुत
We really
बहुत अच्छा
appreciate
लगता है।
that.
सब अपने अपने फील्ड में बहुत अच्छा कर रहे हैं और आप तो जो है इंस्पिरेशन हो। आपको देख के बहुत मोटिवेशन मिलता है सबको, हम तीनों को, और हमेशा बात करते रहते हैं आपके बारे में, बहुत बहुत अच्छा लगता है। थैंक यू सो मच।
It's true. I feel like every pro works hard.
करते रहेंगे, आगे बढ़ते रहेंगे। अभी तो जस्ट स्टार्ट है, बस अभी करते रहना है, मेहनत करते रहना है।
It's true. I mean, अभी तो start Sidhant ने भी start किया है. He turned pro last year. Raja turned pro 2 years ago. Dilip, you turned same year, right? Same year when you and Raja turned pro.
No, it's been a year. Raja was turning pro on like what 2021. I turned pro on 2022.
6 months, huh? 6 months.
6 months.
Raja won.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
And you won this Delhi show.
June, yes, Delhi.
Yeah,
That makes sense. Okay. That's what I remembered. I'm like, you both are pretty new folks too.
But to follow Sidhant Bhai or something like that, the person should have a really nice character. He should be very soft and like welcoming to everybody.
I think
that's
definitely his trademark with Sidhant, and that's way before he became pro or anything like that. I don't think has changed. So no, that's really good. But I like the aspect that he's been smart about the whole journey, about not just like कि लोग pro बनते हैं and then they just want to go and like chase that cloud that now I'm a pro, I will make money just being a pro. No, you need to be smart about it. Ab Sidhant ko success इसीलिए मिल गया because he had that foundation, and that's a really good thing because now he can focus. Now Sidhant can actually focus on being a pro because he has other things set up.
He has a real connection with his followers. So they whatever is suggesting. So that is business. Building a brand, a trust with the people is considered worthy.
He's a genuine.
Getting money
genuine,
right now.
I don't think he's ever had any issues with like any major issues with any of the followers or athletes or big like organizations.
Especially like he's not into any controversies.
He's done a good job.
Right.
Thank you. मतलब वर्ड खत्म हो जा रहा है कि मैं कैसे थैंक यू बोलूं, बट थैंक यू सो मच। यही होता है ना कि मतलब और रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी और बढ़ती जाती है। अगर जब कोई इतना ट्रस्ट करता है, इतना भरोसा करता है, तो फिर ये होता है कि कुछ भी काम ऐसा मत करो कि जो लोग एटलीस्ट अप्रिशिएट करे, फिर उनको ये लगे कि यार कैसे पर्सन को अप्रिशिएट किया, कैसे पर्सन को मतलब आगे बढ़ाया कि वो इस तरीके से काम कर रहा है। तो really thank you so much. Thanks a lot. Thank you Raja, thank you Bhuwan bhai, thank you Dilip bhai.
I feel कि हम लोग
always
prep कर रहे हैं, and this is just something that I feel like we should do more of, because there is so much misconception about people fighting and people doing that, and people don't really get to see that that's not the case. I've never had an issue with Sidhant. We talk about मैं और Sidhant, we've been talking for years. I think 6 years ago.
मेरा लेवल ही नहीं है आपसे जो होता है कोई.
But it's not even about that. It's also like being just real, right? I think it's just being real with other athletes. We tend to become so into our zone. हर कोई मेहनत करके अपने zone में चला जाता है कि we have to think that way. We have to think we are the best to push ourselves. So everybody has that ego, and it can get hurt. But I've said this before, and I'll say this again. Why even hurt the ego? Of course, everybody wants to be better. Raja would do anything to beat me. I would do anything to beat him. Dilip would do anything to beat Sidhant. And that's just how it's going to be. But
that's just how competitive nature is. That's how you
but we don't
that's why we have pros here. That's
the game. We don't need to hate the competition.
We don't need to hate the person.
And definitely not the person. It's like, what is his fault? Like, I mean, I'm sure Sidhant would know this, but just because I win a specific show doesn't mean that people can target me as an individual. Hit the game. Somebody has to win. कोई तो जीतेगा. और एक second आएगा, और फिर एक third आएगा.
If it's not you, then it's other guy. So
that's it.
It's not about that.
एक ये भी है ना कि मतलब कोई भी चीज होता है, कोई भी सिचुएशन होता है, पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव होता है. अब आपको पिक करना है कि आप उसमें पॉजिटिव देख रहे हो, नेगेटिव देख रहे हो. अगर किसी ने कुछ बोला भी, जैसे आपने मुझे बोला था कि सिद्धांत को जो होता है मेंस फिजिक छोड़ के क्लासिक में स्विच करना चाहिए. तो अभी उसके लिए लोग मुझे बोल रहे हैं कि अरे तुम कुछ बोलो. मैं बोला अगर बोलना ही है तो मैं स्टेज पे जाओ, सेम स्टेज पे वो भी खेलने वाले हैं. मैं अगर उनको बीट कर पाता हूँ, वो कर पाता हूँ, तो वो आंसर हो जाएगा. नहीं, अगर नहीं आंसर दे पा रहा हूँ तो फिर और मेहनत करते रहो और अपना लेवल अप करो. मतलब मुंह से बोल के बोलना क्या मतलब है? कोई मतलब सेंस नहीं बनता ना. और अगर मेन तो एक चीज
एडवाइस, आज सिद्धांत मुझे एडवाइस दे सकता है. द थिंग इज Sidhant has the best score. Sidhant has the best score. Sidhant has the best score. Let's be real. He has the best score, okay? If I need to improve my abs, and if I really need to improve it, genetics play a part, but there must be some kind of training that he's probably doing that I'm not. So I will ask him, or somebody asks him, hey, like, you know, ki kya hota hai better? Like, I can ask on this live. I'm like, hey, Sidhant, you know, what is your advice for me to get a better, harder core? So he's gonna give me his experience. वो मुझे बोलेगा कि जो भी उसका जो routine है app का 3 times a week या 2 times a week या whatever, right? He's gonna give his advice. I'm gonna listen to it, and it's up to me if I want to take that advice or not. ठीक है ना? Doesn't make him a bad person कि उसने मुझे advice दे दी. वो भी किसी और मतलब लाइफ पे जाके कि अच्छा भुवन को अपनी एप्स अगर बढ़ानी है तो सिद्धांत भाई आपका क्या एडवाइस है. उसने एडवाइस दी. अच्छा मेरे को लगा हाउ डेयर यू गिव मी एडवाइस. How dare you tell me what to do?
सबसे फनी चीज यही है ना कि लोग आपसे पहले पूछते हैं कि भाई इसके बारे में क्या बोलना है, इसके बारे में क्या बोलना है, इसके बारे में क्या बोलना है. जब आप बोल दोगे तो फिर बोलेंगे इसने ऐसे क्यों बोला, इसने ऐसे क्यों बोला. तो किसी को फर्क नहीं पड़ना चाहिए. एथलीट्स को खास करके फर्क नहीं पड़ना चाहिए.
Those things are a fact. You put a bodybuilder's legs to Sidhant's physique, he's going to demolish the classic category. That's a fact. We don't have his hardness. Dilip does. Dilip has the same hardness as Sidhant does, but Dilip doesn't have the size that Sidhant carries. So if you put bodybuilding poses, and Sidhant has competed in bodybuilding shows, there's a difference. Me, Raja, like I have never done a bodybuilding pose in my life. Even to this date, I've never hit a side chest, ever. It's just not something I ever wanted to do, nor I want to. मैंने कभी नहीं किया. But सिद्धांत ने बॉडी बिल्डिंग पोजेस करे हैं, उसने बॉडी बिल्डिंग की तरह ट्रेन भी किया है, उसने बॉडी बिल्डिंग स्टेज पे भी किया है. So he has that muscle depth, maturity and density that classic physique needs. So if he puts that legs on, he's going to demolish that stage. अच्छा उसमें क्या आगे आएगा, कितने उसके प्लेसिंग आएगी, nobody knows, because you have to elevate yourself to the next level. But when it comes to men's physique, his physique is very much capped, like in terms of density. You and Dilip doesn't have that. We don't have that, but he does. He have that 3D depth to his core, chest, arms, जो हमारे पास नहीं है. वो इसलिए नहीं because हमने कभी बॉडी बिल्डर की तरह ट्रेन नहीं किया, उसने किया. अब हम कर रहे हैं, अब मैं कर रहा हूँ. I'm training like a bodybuilder after all these years, because
नहीं,
now the division has changed.
आप तो स्टार्टिंग से ही एकदम हैवी लिफ्टिंग कंपाउंड मूवमेंट बहुत अच्छे से करते हो, बहुत अच्छे से। इवन जब आप मतलब 2014 एंड 13 उस टाइम पे भी जब अर्लियर अपना वीडियो वगैरह डालते थे तो उसमें भी देखा।
I've always done heavy lifting, but I think the biggest thing is it's also like how you train with the genetics.
अभी
muscle, I'm a
जितना आप रोइंग कर रहे हो 3 प्लेट से, यहाँ पे लोग उतना रैक पुल डेडलिफ्ट भी नहीं मारते। तो वही चीज है ना, एफर्ट कितना डाल रहे हो आप?
एफर्ट इन जेनेटिक्स, अपने जेनेटिक्स के हिसाब से भी आप कैसे उसको ट्रेन करते हो, आई थिंक दैट्स आल्सो अ बिग थिंग, but doesn't mean that obviously Sidhant is now a pro in men's physique. It never meant that he cannot be a pro or he cannot do well as a men's physique athlete. आजकल तो वैसे crossover, a lot of these athletes are crossing over, and now you will see it happen more. What has changed now, you will see like that Mexican guy is what's his name, he was at the Olympia for 3 years, Ismail, what's his name,
स्माइल,
the Mexican guy, right, the Evogen के साथ जो है, मैं उसका नाम भूल गया यार।
स्माइल ही नाम है ना उसका।
हाँ
That big guy, जिसको आपने बीट किया था।
Yes, he's been at the Olympia so many times, and now his structure will never get to the Olympia. But if he builds his legs, that's a classic physique. Right. So things are changing. And if you change with the sport, you can still be relevant. You can still do really well as a pro. But अब men's physique का structure वो नहीं है. And maybe that's good for some people, like even for Sidhant. It turned out in a favor. Because now they want more size, so he turned pro now. 5 साल पहले, 4 साल पहले, he may not have turned pro. Because they were smaller. Like when I turned pro, physiques were a lot smaller.
They were looking for smaller physique.
Yes, now they want more 3Dness. They want more density. Like especially after this year, you're gonna see the judging criteria is gonna change. So
अभी आप
कि जिस साल में मैं pro बना था, उस साल में अब मैं अगर स्टेज पे आता, obviously I can't turn pro. I can't, because उस टाइम वाली physique doesn't relate to current standards.
Right. मैं बोला अभी कौन सा शो आप कर रहे हो? टोरंटो प्रो और उसके बाद?
I'm gonna do Toronto Pro, focus on that one first, and then I'm gonna decide if I want to do some other show or not. There's 2 shows that will happen after first, second week of June, and then India. I have to come to India because वैसे भी India आना है, because I'm gonna be there at the Viva booth and stall and everything, and I have to be in India for like a month उसके बाद. So if I feel like doing the India Pro show, if I feel कि अच्छा मेरी body is responding well, and I want to do another show, then I'll do it. But otherwise, as of right now, that's not my focus. My focus is just doing Toronto, because Toronto is a tier 2 show, and second, I don't have to travel for it. अभी मैं last year ही move किया मैंने Toronto, so now it's like Mumbai for Sidhant. It's like just बगल में है, show अपना कर लो.
Right. ट्रैवलिंग में तो बहुत सारे इश्यूज आते ही हैं, मतलब कितना दिक्कत हो जाता है।
मैं तो हर बार ही मैंने सिर्फ ट्रैवल करके शो किया है। आई थिंक सिद्धांत की बात अच्छी है कि ही लिव्स इन मुंबई, तो ज्यादातर शो मुंबई में ही होता है।
नहीं, इसी के लिए तो मतलब थैंकफुल होते हैं कि शेरू सर, मनीष सर, कि इन लोगों ने मतलब प्लेटफॉर्म प्रोवाइड किया। अभी हम लोग नहीं तो अगर पहले प्रो क्वालिफायर खेलना होता था हांगकांग, तो यहाँ वहाँ जाओ, ट्रैवलिंग करो, इतना हालत खराब हो जाता था, फूड का प्रॉब्लम। अभी आप जिस तरीके से मील अपना लेके जाते हो, मतलब फ्रोजन करके सब कुछ करके, तो वैसे ही लेके, क्योंकि बाहर जाने पे फिर फूड का भी प्रॉब्लम होता है ना, अवेलेबिलिटी नहीं मिल पाती है। अभी कहाँ पे क्या अवेलेबल है वो आपको पता नहीं है, या तो आप 1 मंथ पहले आप जाके स्टे करो, फिर आपको सब आइडिया लगेगा क्या कैसे। तो एटलीस्ट लोग प्रो बन जा रहे हैं, प्रो बनने के बाद प्रो शो भी खेल ले रहे हैं, ओलंपिया क्वालिफाई भी हो जाएंगे। तो मतलब बिग थैंक्स टू मनीष सर और शेरू सर की कितना अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म अपने को मिल जा रहा है।
Now just the number of international increase for opportunity for everyone. Now it's more competitive too, so let's see how this year plays out. I mean, it's not fun. I can tell you guys one thing, it's not fun to have 70 guys at the Olympia. That was a joke.
और इस बार भी तो मतलब ऑलमोस्ट उतने ही एथलीट क्वालिफाई होने वाले हैं, क्योंकि कोई ऐसा कोई रूल्स जो उन्होंने किया है कि पॉइंट से
इस बार कम होंगे because the year is smaller. Last year we had 15 months. Okay. 15 months to qualify. This time the year is shorter. Olympia is in November, cutoff is in October, and last Olympia happened in December. So you only have 10 months. Last time there were 15 months. 14. From October 2021 to December 2022.
और इस टाइम पे तो अपना मतलब 212 का शो भी ज्यादा नहीं है, कुछ पूरे ऑल ओवर वर्ल्ड में 7-8 शो।
Yeah, no, I think there'll be less competitors this year in every division, but I think it'll still be very competitive. It's gonna get very every show now is gonna be competitive. So as a pro, all you guys, like the only thing I can tell you is now every show is gonna be stacked because there's gonna be less shows this year, and there is still 70 guys from last year that would want to go, minus the guys who haven't gone. So,
Raja and Dilip, you are going to compete in Delhi show?
Not decided it.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I haven't decided.
बोलते हैं, but compete.
No, I'm like not decided it. No, but like we need to put on the size. So we have the time.
No point.
No. You are not looking same. You are getting bigger and bigger every day.
see, they're smart. I feel like Raja and Dilip are smart because that was their feedback, and I agree. Like that is their feedback to gain that size. And if I got that feedback that I needed more than 3 pounds, because I was told I need 3 pounds. If I needed more than 3 pounds, I would have taken a whole year off. I don't care. I don't compete for that ego aspect. I compete for the base feedback. Tell me what I need to improve. I'll do it. If I haven't, because they take care of, like the judges are gonna like notice that. Have you worked on their feedback or not?
They always look for the improvement what we does for the
Yes,
previous
like
show.
they see that. Have you listened to their feedback or not? Are you just competing back to back? And most people's egos are so big that they don't take it. Ki, achha, honestly, you cannot get big in 3 month off season.
3 months or a 4 months.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard, and it still goes on to this day, where people think in 3 months they can like put on good size, maybe 1 pound, maybe 2 pound. You know, maybe you can peak better. Like if a peaking was an issue, but you cannot put solid muscle, dense muscle, unless you take at least 14 to 16 months off from stage.
ये बातें अगर न्यू लड़के करते हैं ना तो फिर समझ में आता है, बट जो ऑलरेडी 10 साल से 12 साल से खेल रहे हैं और 70 kg पे 80 kg के फिर बोलते हैं कि ये 6 मंथ में या जो होता है 5 मंथ्स में 20 kg गेन करके आ जाएंगे, फिर ऐसे करेंगे वैसे करेंगे, क्योंकि आपके पास भी क्लाइंट्स आते होंगे, वो उनका सीधा अभी यही गोल होता है, मतलब अभी इस साल ही उन्होंने प्रेप स्टार्ट किया, बट उनका गोल रहता है कि प्रो कार्ड उनको जीतना, ये करना है, वो
इसी
करना
साल
है। फिर उनको बताना पड़ता है कि रियलिटी देखो ये है, फिर उसके बाद फिर बहुत सारे चले जाते हैं, बोलते नहीं तुम्हारे अंदर वो नहीं कर नहीं पाओगे। मैं कहाँ से करूंगा, मैं कितना भी कुछ भी डाल दूंगा, तुम उतना फूड नहीं खा पाते, इनफ फूड अगर खाने को दो फिर बोलते वोमिट हो रहा है, ये नहीं हो रहा है, खाने से ही तो मसल बिल्ड होगा।
It's not even that you can eat कितना भी, muscle just takes time.
It take time,
वो
right?
थोड़ी है कि आज I'm gonna gain 8 pounds. Maybe in the beginning years of your bodybuilding you can, but not in the later stages. So why not just be patient? The problem is that everybody's in a rush to become an influencer and become a pro and be Instagram famous. So they can't take it that, hey, you know, I love bodybuilding. I love going to the gym. And if it takes 3 years.
Yesterday, Sidhant Bhai spoke about this, and I made a post on my story saying, bodybuilding is not something where if you want to get famous, bodybuilding is not a thing.
No,
because it's very risky, it's dangerous. You have to be in a tunnel vision. You have to give up all those sacrifices.
That's a big issue in India, because India में I think अभी यही एक education ज़्यादा लोगों को चाहिए कि सबको यही लगता है कि प्रो बन गए या इंस्टाग्राम में थोड़े फॉलोअर्स हो गए कि आपका कैरियर सेट हो गया, तो आजकल हर कोई अपना कैरियर पढ़ाई छोड़ के they're trying to do this, and it's like no, it's not. Please don't do that, especially if you're young. अगर आप 20 साल 21 साल 22 साल के हो, एटलीस्ट अगर आप 18 के हो, go finish the education, go finish right. और फिर दूसरा ये हो गया सबको अब पर्सनल ट्रेनर बनना है। पर्सनल ट्रेनिंग में भी पैसा नहीं है और कंपटीशन ज्यादा है। Why not just have a proper career and then do it on the side? और अगर बन जाता है आपका, अगर आपका पैशन प्रोफेशन बन जाता है, बहुत अच्छी बात है, you're amongst that top 1%. अगर नहीं बनता तो एटलीस्ट you have a security.
पैशन भी प्रोफेशन तब बनेगा जब आपके पास नॉलेज होगा, जब आप कुछ पढ़े लिखे रहोगे, चाहे फिटनेस इंडस्ट्री का हो गया या कुछ भी हो गया। अगर आपके पास नॉलेज ही नहीं है, मुंह आप खोलोगे, आपको पता ही नहीं है बोलना क्या है क्या नहीं, बस आप मतलब किसी को कुछ भी आपने, आपके कोच ने आपको डाइट दिया, आप जस्ट उसको कॉपी पेस्ट करके आपने उसको दे दिया। अगर किसी ने क्रॉस क्वेश्चन आपसे पूछा कि मतलब ये स्वीट पोटैटो क्यों खाना चाहिए, बेक पोटैटो क्यों खाना चाहिए, चिकन क्यों ना खाओ, एग्स क्यों खाओ, तो फिर अरे मैंने दिया है बस कर लो, ऐसा थोड़ी ना होता है। अभी किसी को अगर फूड वो डाइजेस्ट ही नहीं होता, अभी सूट ही नहीं कर रहा, किसी को मतलब डाइजेस्ट ही नहीं हो रहा, फिर उसके रिप्लेसमेंट में आप क्या दोगे? आपको आइडिया नहीं है, आपको पता ही नहीं है, फिर बस अब आप उसको बोलोगे नहीं आपको खाना पड़ेगा, देखो मैं भी खाता हूँ, अरे उसको वो फूड सूट ही नहीं हो रहा है, तो फिर आप कैसे क्या करोगे? आपको आइडिया नहीं कि उसको आप क्या देना है क्या नहीं देना है। तो आप प्रोफेशन भी आपका तभी बनेगा जब आप अपने आप को एजुकेट करोगे, और एजुकेट करने के लिए टाइम लगेगा।
How are things in the south, Raja and Dilip? Like how are things different in south? मेरे को ज़्यादा आइडिया नहीं, I know like in north it's exactly how Sidhant is saying, but how is it in the south?
I don't get
like
the
I'm talking like in
Hindi.
What is the context? I'm trying to say like in south, all these people who want to become influencers and bodybuilders and like want to do it as a profession, what do they like? Is that what they do like when they're 16, 17, 18, that I'm just gonna quit everything and I'm gonna become a bodybuilder? Or do they like think at a logical level that hey, I should do it as a passion, and then if it becomes a profession, great. If it doesn't, I'm gonna do it. Because you're a dentist, right? You've done that. And Dilip started bodybuilding so late. What were you doing before that, Dilip?
I was into corporate.
So there you go. So the culture in South is something I really like because I can relate to it. You guys are all about education. You guys are all about careers. He has a corporate career. You obviously did dentistry. So how is it as a community as a whole in South?
No, we actually, I was in my internship. I never chose bodybuilding when I was in internship also. I tried, right after winning multiple state shows, when I entered national show, I saw something like, okay, I was winning. I thought, okay, there is something. I spoke to Sidhant, but everybody appreciated me for something. I thought, okay, let's give it a try. Until then, I was still with my dentistry. I didn't quit dentistry. I didn't do anything of that. So once I saw life here, once I started getting some money and making expenses, that's when I chose, okay, bodybuilding is something for me.
What about other people? What about the other amateur athletes?
They don't give up. They work or they study and then they do this as a passion, as a part-time thing. Once they find success, that's when they choose.
Yes, I know, like many guys.
We're all very
here, like many guys,
we're all very
competing and they like quit in between, saying that there is no future. Like I don't have luck in this because they lack in their confidence, and all they wanted is like winning one show and they want to get famous. So those kind of things.
I think it's a little different in the south for sure because in north ऐसा नहीं है. At least from what I know.
साउथ में तो स्टार्ट से एजुकेटेड पर्सन ज्यादा है ना, मतलब आप वो भी देखोगे ना, रेशियो देखोगे तो वहाँ पे मतलब ज्यादा एजुकेटेड पर्सन.
The thing is like most of the people who want to become pros, they don't have a career.
Right.
They don't go for the education aspect. They're 17, 18 years old after high school, like after schooling, and then right after that, they just like, I'm just gonna quit everything. मुझे तो personal trainer का दे दो certification और मैं pro बनूंगा.
सिंपल सा मतलब मैं बताऊंगा कि जैसा आपका बोलना ये है कि अगर मान लो कि किसी भी प्रॉब्लम की वजह से बॉडी बिल्डिंग अगर गेम ही खत्म हो जाता है, फिर आप लोग क्या करोगे? आपके पीछे कुछ है, मतलब आपका एजुकेशन कुछ है, कुछ एक्सपीरियंस है, कुछ क्वालिफिकेशन है. राजा डेंटिस्ट बन जाएगा, फिर से अपना काम करने लगेगा. आप आईटी में थे, आप वो करने लगोगे. कॉर्पोरेट में थे, मैं भी फार्मा इंडस्ट्री में था, इंडोसिफ्ट में था, मैं ल्यूपिन इंडोसिफ्ट, तो ये सब चीजें मैं करता था. तो अगर बॉडी बिल्डिंग अगर चली भी जाती है, फिटनेस इंडस्ट्री अगर खत्म भी हो जाती है, तो आपके पास मतलब बैकअप में कुछ एजुकेशन, कुछ एक्सपीरियंस है. तो मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल, लोगों के पास नहीं है. अभी जो लोग कंप्लेन भी करते हैं ना कि बॉडी बिल्डिंग में, फिटनेस में कुछ है नहीं, इनकम नहीं है. क्यों नहीं है? क्योंकि वो लोग एजुकेटेड नहीं है. अभी अगर किसी को डॉक्टर बनना है तो उसको 5 साल देना पड़ता है, पढ़ना पड़ता है. इंजीनियर बनना है उसको भी पढ़ना पड़ता है, या किसी भी फील्ड में जाना है तो उसमें उसको टाइम देना पड़ता है. बट बॉडी बिल्डिंग में क्या है, फिटनेस में क्या है, थोड़ा सा बॉडी बनाया, 1-2 साइकिल चलाया, मसल बिल्ड हो गया, बन गया ट्रेनर. तो एजुकेशन नहीं है, इसके वजह से रिस्पेक्ट नहीं है. अगर एजुकेशन रहेगा तो डेफिनेटली लोगों को रिस्पेक्ट मिलेगा, ट्रेनर को भी मिलेगा, बॉडी बिल्डर्स को भी मिलेगा और एथलीट को भी मिलेगा.
क्योंकि जब that's the reason that I think our industry, in fitness industry in general, doesn't get the respect in India. And the reason for that is because everybody thinks and looks at a bodybuilder, चाहे men's physique हो, चाहे कोई भी category हो, they look at a bodybuilder and they're like, oh, he's dumb. Oh, they're just all about drugs. or
Right.
they're just like, you know, supplements, and that's it. That's the only perception. And obsessed, they're self-obsessed. That's the only perception a normal person in India has for anybody in this industry, and there is a reason for it.
But
We have to.
we are changing.
Because
We are changing the trend.
we have to change it by same thing what he just said and what you are already doing, showing them that this industry is actually full of people who are educated, who are smart, who have a career, but they chose to do this passion as a passion. And now you can follow the same footsteps for passion, not because you're trying to take a shortcut or you want to become famous. Yeah, most of cheese. It's not because of that. It's because we were all able to do it, and so can you. But first, finish your education, finish your career, do this on the side, and then try. लोगों को साथ problem, Sidhant, I think you'll agree with this. You have a lot of clients, and I'm sure like in South, Dilip and Raja, you do, that people have this perception that if they have a career, if they have a corporate career of 9 hours, 10 hours, they cannot dedicate the time to bodybuilding at the competitor. So it's better to just quit and become a personal trainer, because then you're at the gym, become a personal trainer and make it easy and then turn pro. और उससे problem ये होती है कि once they do this, they get in their cycle कि now I have to compete, and then the next thing you know, they're 30, 35, 34 years and they have nothing. They neither have a career, nor a pro card,
Right.
nor any followers.
Yes, true, exactly.
With South, when you ask me, the problem with South is consistency. They all start out, they compete in a show, but if they don't find luck in that show, they give up on it. They have six-pack, they have a ripped kind of a physique, they'll do a model shoot, and they're more happy with it because they haven't seen anybody from the South that they relate to has done great, win a pro card or win or in a bigger level. But right now, since I turned pro and Dilip turned pro and another bodybuilder turned pro, they all have seen me at the gym where I started out as a skinny guy, and they've seen me, they connected with me as a person. They've seen me grow, win a pro card. So they think it's possible for us also to put in the work. If I stay consistent, I'll be there. So they're relating it to it now.
Then that's a good thing. I think just by your guys' presence and just talking and educating, I hope people really get to learn and understand these things, because otherwise we will keep getting disrespected as an industry as a whole, because people will just have this perception. And it's not going to change, because it is true for a big percentage of people that are in this industry that are amateurs. This is a true thing.
Also, like you said, it wasn't easy for me, so I also want to put this on record. Just because I was consistent, that doesn't mean I didn't put in the effort. I went to my college, 8 to 4 was my college timing. I wake up at 5:30 or 6, do my cardio, go to my college, come back, train from 6 to 8 or 9, again do my cardio for like 5 hours a day. That was my routine for more than 6 months until I started winning shows. I was very consistent. I don't watch movies. I don't even watch TV serials. That was my life for those 6 months where I had to build a platform, where I learned a lot about fitness. First, knowledge. So I try to get all the knowledge about fitness, learn about